I'm just wondering that if we look at the management landscape and leadership landscape, there are hundreds of books written on management and leadership and
Yeah.
strategy. A simple search on Amazon could give us 50,000 results in each of these
Oh, yeah.
categories.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm wondering that most of these frameworks have been around for some time, and a lot of consultants and certification companies, and even sincere people wanting to make changes have tried these frameworks. Uh, are there any frameworks to solve for the issue at hand that you bring forth, which is obvious also, or do you think it's inherently insolvable or wicked enough, and hence people are just trying to choose battles that they can fight rather than battles that are difficult? What do you think?
Yeah. Doing what needs to be done versus doing what's easy to be done. Yeah. No, I mean it's solvable, and we see examples of this in there's an American television show called Undercover Boss, where the CEO works as in the store, CEO of the big company that's a chain of sandwich shops, works in the store making a sandwich to learn about the problems that these people face. And these people, of course, have been complaining, and they send these problems up the chain of command, and they either stop at the mid-level or they get to the top and these problems are ignored. And then, of course, the leader, when they're actually making the sandwich, is like, oh, I had no idea it was so hard to make a sandwich. And I had no idea there were these shortages of materials. And I had no idea of the requirements for disinfecting. And I had no idea of this or that. And it's really hard to make sandwiches when there's a line of hungry people that are, when you're hungry, you get a little bit angry. And so they're hangry. They, hungry and angry, put it together. They're
Right,
hangry and they're impatient.
right.
And it's a really hard job, and they don't make a lot of money doing this, and they do a really good job. And anyway, so the leaders end up going back to their job after a week and making all kinds of policy changes uh, that to improve that the work that these workers have suffered under for, in some cases, decades, not a week or two, but decades. And so, yeah, it's a solvable problem, but you then have this system of profound privileges, and leaders typically will not want to engage the workers. You can think of it, for example, in a